Hi, guys. Thanks for joining my YouTube channel. Well, God has worked a miracle. Martel Holt and Melody Holt are back filming together. Their co-parenting is going extraordinary. Martel indicates that they are both in the healing process. Things are looking up. Melody and himself are getting along well. He said there's no amount of money, there's no fame, there's nothing that could come between it. He will not be speaking about his ex-wife and their relationship online publicly because he realizes how much it has hurt his family, not only him and his ex-wife, but also his children. And he wants to see their relationship continue to grow. Martel asks as if he has hopes out for him and Melody to get back together. When the question was asked, are you all considering you know, getting back together, remarrying? That question took him over. He couldn't even answer the question. He was blushing so hard. So we know that with God, all things are possible. And I mean, he just went on to say that if he had it to do all over again, he would definitely he would have definitely settled for what Mel was not doing because it wasn't that heavy. It was not a big deal. He realizes he was selfish. He would never have stepped out on his wife if he had it to do all over again. He would have settled for what she wasn't doing. He said they were both busy. They were very busy running their companies and so on and so forth. So he understands, why things lacked in certain areas on both of their parts. He said he went through hell and high waters. He said if God had showed him what he was going to endure because of his infidelity, he would have had second thoughts. He would have never stepped out on his wife in his marriage. He regrets it. He is so thankful to God. He is so thankful for the people that was in his life. He said he was there during Melody's hurt, to comfort and console her, but he was alone during his hurt. He said he had to walk through the valley by himself. He said, but God brought him out. My. Guys, you have to hear this. It is extraordinary. It is a miracle. It is a blessing. It is beautiful. He said they've already done 2 scenes together, and he is so excited. He is so excited because he knows they were a power dynamic couple, and he knows that him and Melody has chemistry. So he is so happy about them being able to film, that things are moving forward. He's putting the past behind him. Mel has put the past behind her, and they're moving forward. They're moving forward and letting God do the work that, he has to do in the both of them. But I mean, the main idea is he said he regrets doing all of what he did. Whatever that looks like, he regrets it. And he realizes that that was a small thing. The things he was complaining about was not major. He would never have thrown away his beautiful marriage for the things that he's done. So I commend Martel. I commend Melody, for getting in their grown, man and woman, you know, um, space in life, for doing the work, for doing the healing, because they have to communicate. That them not communicating is unheard of. If they're going to be successful co-parenting. So I think it's a blessing. I think it's extraordinary that God is putting their past behind them and that he has them moving forward in the right direction, primarily for their beautiful kids. So thanks again, guys, for tuning in. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll talk to you guys soon. Thank you.
Doing well tonight. Thank you guys for joining us.
They are excited to hear from you, to see you. We've gotten both sides of the spectrum. I've seen it from Twitter, from our Twitter, from my personal page, from Comministry page. So, and the way we do things at Comministry, we're interested, which is I found myself going back and forth with some of your fans. Like, look, we want to hear. I'm all about. So, just a little bit about myself, because this is our first time meeting, right? I created Comministry 7 years ago because I wanted to understand the male perspective, right?
Oh, really?
Yes.
Okay. Good.
That is the origin of Comministry. Okay. I was celibate for 8 years, and I was transitioning out.
Hold on.
Keep reading.
Let me make sure I know what that term means. What does that mean, then, since you weren't doing it for 8 years?
I wasn't dating. I was doing work. I wasn't dating. I mean, I'm going to be honest and transparent because that's the only way I know how to do it.
Okay.
There is no way I could.
Thank you, guys. I'm so sorry. Thank you, guys. I love y'all, too. Thank y'all for the support. I really appreciate it. I really do.
There is no way I could have did an 8-year of celibacy dating. So when you hear people say we dated or we were engaged or we was this for 2, I don't buy into it because something going on. So no, because I was single, completely single, no dating, nothing for 8 years. And I had several failed relationships prior to that 8 years. So I just took a break to do the work. And so transitioning out of that phase, I wanted to create a platform where I could have the transparent, candid conversations with men because I wanted to understand the male perspective. Like, we know what goes on in relationships when things don't work out and all of that, but I just really wanted to understand.
Hold on. Do you really know, or is it
I don't know
from a woman's perspective, right? So that's
why
you got
a perspective, but I can't.
Yeah,
right?
I know, right? It's difficult. It's tough. Yeah, I'm with you. Yeah.
So that is why I created the platform, so we can hear from the man.
I'm with you.
This is not a male bashing session. This is the one time that you get to be totally transparent. And
well, guys, I'm not going to be totally transparent, okay? Hey, listen, I'm not going to be totally transparent because let me go and just be brutally honest right now. My ex and I, we're back filming. We're actually filming right now. We filmed the scene yesterday, and we're getting in a better place, for my children and I, with this co-parenting thing. And I know in the past I've gone on lives and I've gone on interviews and things like that, and almost everything I said, it was kind of against me, it hurt the relationship that we had, and if anything hurts Melody and I, it hurts our children, indirectly and directly too. So I'm being cautious on the platforms that I come on, because if I speak on my past relationship, I only know my marriage, really, and that marriage was what, 11 years. So I'm having second thoughts on certain things that I talk about, certain things that I do, even though it pertains to my past relationship, and that's really all that I know, So it's a difficult situation right now, only because we're in a much better place, and that's where I want us to be.
So just so the audience will know, the next week, so guys, those of you who are in Alabama, you only 2 hours away, well, from Birmingham. But how far is Huntsville from Atlanta, Martel?
3.5 hours.
3.5 hours. So we'll be filming.
From flight, flying is 30 minutes.
Flying is an option. For those of you who really want to attend this in person and here, the topic is about rejection. So we want to know how you have experienced that, right? And you can share as much as as little.
So yeah, I'm going to share as little as possible.
Martel!
But I mean, right now, I'm telling, I have to, because the rejection that I face, when it comes to relationship,
Mm-hmm.
it really stemmed from my previous marriage,
Mm-hmm.
and for me to speak on that or to elaborate on that, it wouldn't be pleasing to what I have going on currently is me filming right now. You know what I'm talking about? And again, I don't know if Melody listening right now, but we haven't filmed in over like 4 or 5 months together. And
Okay.
now we just filmed yesterday and we filmed a few days ago. So no amount of money, no amount of press can put me in a position to like set us back, because Mel and I being set back, it's only going to set my children back. And I'm trying to get us all to like that happy place,
Right.
of co-parenting successfully, because we both have suffered, certain rejections, which really drove us to the point where we are now. And that was very unlikely. It was tough going through rejection, because once you go through rejections in a marriage or in a relationship, you kind of no one wants to be rejected,
Right.
especially when you're in a relationship, especially when it's supposed to be the only you two,
Right.
because we expect our partners to always fulfill every ounce of us, fill us up completely with
Mm-hmm.
whatever we want, as long as it's not asking you to jump off the bridge,
Right.
and so whenever we tend to be rejected, that hurts our soul, us emotionally.
So my question,
Like that'll make us do things that we shouldn't do.
absolutely.
Once we feel that rejection.